Hey, good morning, guys. How's it going? Mike Coles. I love starting my Thursday mornings with you, dude. How is Florida? I'm sure it's very Florida-y. It's probably not on fire like it is here, which is ridiculous. Oh man, guys. So I'm enjoying my breakfast burrito this morning with us. By the way, sorry about that, but I'm starving. 75 degrees is ridiculous. Jeff Elmore, great to see you. Although it's been 75 here, just no humidity, which is nice. Um, yeah, it's been the 70s, 80s here. So not, it's been nice, but it's super dry. And if you guys pay any attention to the news, you know that the entire state is burning. Sweet, going to Tennessee, right on. Where are you in Florida, Mike? I don't know where in Florida you are. Moto, Mark Bonato, what up? Yeah, it's another beautiful day in Western Colorado. The sun is out, and it's 50, I think, this morning. Dude named Eric, what is up? How's it going, man? Michael Webster from Michigan, how you doing? What's up, Chris Abbott? By the way, Chris Abbott, I got the stator in for your bike, but it's the wrong stator. So I'll give you a call later today. Anyway, it's whatever. It's annoying. What up, Robinson Motorsports? How's it going, dude? Jeff Elmore, Montrose is obviously, I think it's awesome. Daytona, USA, sweet. So how is that once a year during bike week? I bet it's out of control. Gary M., I got your message. I'm going to answer that question. Rob McCauley, two strokes do matter more. Shannon Hensley, good morning. Brady Metterber, rap. There's my mom, everybody. Suzanne Spradling is my mom, so say hi to her. And make sure you hit the like button or she'll yell at you. Sweet new 300 TPI. Is you get a 2020 or 2021? Let's see. Oh wait, who said yo? I missed one. Roger Hurd, what's happening? That was Robinson Motorsports. What's happening, man? Smiley Hansen, what's going down? Welcome to the Gospel Two Wheels number 106. I know the picture says 105, but I think it's actually 106. Let's look. Anyway, whatever. I screwed that up. Welcome to the Gospel Two Wheels number 106, where the coffee is hot, the bikes are fast, and your comments are absolutely ridiculous. Oh, yeah, Barnado. Dude, the kid riding that, going up Eagle and up Spikes, that was so freaking awesome. So much fun riding with that kid. So great. Mike Cole's right on. And so, honestly, though, how sad is it that we have to say $9,200 is a smoking deal? That just pains me. I mean, it is, but oh my gosh, that's just anyway. It's painful. Which, by the way, is why I'm working on the YZ at the shop right now, putting the electric start. Shane McNabb was happening onto the YZ250. It's on. The starter is working, and it's going pretty good. But spoiler alert for all you guys who watch our live shows or watch this stuff on YouTube, there are some little issues that I'm having to sort out. Michael, yeah, definitely big upgrade from the 500. The kit is brilliant. The parts are amazing. The machining is amazing. Everything is super solid and really nice. But two things that I'm experiencing right now that I'm having to sort through. One is it's leaking oil from the grommet. And to be fair, they said, make sure you silicone right around where the wires go through, because the grommet on a two-stroke is like down on the bottom because there's not normally oil in there. They have you put oil in there to lube all the starty things and whatever, which is good. I know, Roger Hurd, I don't need the button, but it's kind of nice. Hey, Petri, what's happening from Finland? I didn't do the silicone thing right. I put it in and had the grommet in the little thing where the wires are going to come out before I siliconed it, because I thought I could get enough around there. Anyway, I didn't. So I took it back out. I got that, I think, sorted out. And yes, Roger, I am an old man. But now I'm dealing with a weird electrical problem. So the button works, it starts the bike, it's awesome. Super rad. But the charging system is funky. I don't know what's going on. It only charges the battery at like 12.6, 12.5, 12.7, and it stays right there. It doesn't drop down, and it definitely is charging it because the battery was the one I had. I don't have the right battery yet, by the way. I've got a lithium coming, this little skinny thing that makes it easy to get the air filter out. Anyway, whatever. So I don't have that battery yet, so I just hooked a good, YTZ7S or something like that out of a WR, a brand new one. Hooked it up, and like I said, it starts it, but at first it was kind of like weak, and then once I started the bike and got it going, it definitely charged it up, but it's not charging or putting out the power that they say it will, because they say it's like 80 watts, and it should go 13 and a half, 14, whatever when you rev it, and it's not. And I had a weird problem. Yeah, it's a 2-wire Robinson. Rob McCauley, get to that in a second. So, and I'm getting a weird arc situation at the kill switch. It's arcing to the bar. It's weird. And then when I took the cover off, I was looking at it running that way. I was getting some arcing in Brady, I knew that was coming. In the stator. Nothing's touching anything. It's all fine. So I don't know. I'm going to talk to the owner, Sebastian, today. He's been really super on the email and whatever when I've had questions about when it's coming. And I had a question earlier about a bolt that they sent me that was weird. So anyway, so it's not without its bugs. I expected bugs. So that if you guys are wondering, if I'm upset about the fact that I just, spent $1,200 on a starter that doesn't really work that good, no, I'm not upset because I'm freaking brand new. Like, this thing is brand new. I'm one of the first people to get the one with the charging system. And so I expected it to have some issues, but I think we're on the right track. It's going to be awesome. So Rob McCauley went to a demo days with KTM and Yamaha. Way more people waiting in line to ride the Yamahas. I think price may be driving people that way. I can definitely see that happening. Brady. So my YZ was like that also until I started futzing with it, which again goes against my normal thing. But for you guys and for all the people out there watching on YouTube, that's why I'm doing this. Honestly, I would have just kept riding the KTM when I wanted an E-start and left the YZ alone. But it really does make for good content. I'm excited. Yeah, Jimmy Neihart, I get it. Barnado, that's exactly right. I want to be the guinea pig. I'm now fortunate enough to have enough patrons and get money from YouTube and all that stuff that I was able to afford it. And by the way, thank you, patrons. You guys paid for that mostly. I really appreciate that. And so, I think it's going to be good. And again, if it's not, I'll take it back and put it back as a YZ normal, and it'll be just fine. But I'm excited. What would be a good number on like an XC? I'm getting 13-1, 13.2. That's good, Shane. That's fine. So, what's for breakfast burrito, Roger? Caleb Game wins the next ride. I don't know. Well, we're doing a big one down in St. George, January 7th, but I don't know. We're riding tonight, but you're going to need lights for that for sure because it's getting dark really early. And then I don't know when the next weekend ride. I got to figure that out. I ride with my kids a lot of times on the weekends. Honestly, guys, I don't do a big announcements to rides because I like to ride with my kids and their friends and keep it small. You would think a new YZ250X would come with E-Start for much different price from factory. Yeah, I agree, Chris. But at the same time, I had a guy ask me, why doesn't Yamaha do this? And the reality is money, right? So Yamaha can keep stamping out YZ250s just like they have for a million years now, and they sell them all, and people are happy with them, and it doesn't cost them any more money in R&D. Yes, Brady, that's awesome. You're going riding now. I'm excited for that. And they can just keep cranking them out. And Yamaha's motorsports division is a very small part of their huge global company. So it's not as important to them to develop those bikes. Whereas KTM is just a motorcycle company. They don't make pianos and guitars and amps and all that other stuff the Yamaha makes. So they have to focus, they have to engineer, they have to move forward. So I think that's why, personally. But I don't know. I'm not obviously in amongst the CEOs. So I have a few questions here. So first one is from Gary M., who asked, and Brady, I'd love for you to chime in on this. I'm going to attempt my answer, and then you should fill in or correct me if I'm wrong. Gary says, explain the difference in suspension valves and springs for a C rider, B rider, A rider, and why. So the faster you go, the more firm the suspension needs to be, because you're going to hit things harder and it's going to try to move the wheel faster. But I think that you'll find the spring thing, and Brady, please correct me if I'm wrong, the springs should be for your weight and not for your speed. The valving is what is set up for like how fast someone goes, A, B, C. Also, what kind of riding you do, right? Because if you're a moto guy, you're going to have completely different valving than if you're an off-road guy. Mike Bernardo, Yamaha makes a good bike for the purist. A nice, cheap, killer fast bike, easy to maintain. Yeah, I'm with you, Mike. It is a brilliant bike. I just wish that they would add another one to the line. Like I want them to keep the YZ250 the way it is, and then have a fancy one. I just think it'd be cool. That's all. But yeah, it's amazing. Hey, yes. Who's the Islander? R.I.P. Lemmy. Yeah, my wife, by the way, does not mind the facial hair, so we're sticking with it for at least a while. So yeah, the valving, you want to make it plush and all that. So I got it pretty close, Brady. Thanks. I know you're driving. So yeah, I mean, if you're really, really fast, you're probably going to run stiffer springs also. But the valving is what is going to, make the bike work right. And what they do for different, A riders, B riders. Also, as you get to be a faster rider, you're going to know more about your suspension and know more how it works and be able to communicate that with your suspension tuner to have them set it up right for you, because it's really very personal, right? It's all very subjective. It's not just one thing is good and one thing isn't. Unless it's MotoGP, Yamaha, yeah, shaming that. Those are very fancy. So Jimmy Neihart, I read a good article about bike brands. Our market isn't nearly big enough for them to dump money into. Yeah, absolutely. It's a tiny group of people, really. KOM Game. By the way, what's your name, KOM Gaming? I will leave the shop at 5. Yay! I got something right for Brady. Biggest sellers are not in the U.S. Yeah, so the motorcycle market, right? Like, honestly, the dirt bike market out of the whole motorcycle market is really, really small. The real money in motorcycles is in small displacement, super cheap things in India and China and stuff like that. Yeah, Smiley Hansen, do not be afraid to play with your clickers. You cannot ruin anything by messing with your clickers. You can make the bike work poorly, but you can't break anything. So I just tell people, fiddle with them, just write down what you do so you know what's going on. Timothy Bryson, oh, yeah, right on. Cool, man. Yeah, how's it going, dude? I remember you. So, yeah, we leave the shop at 5. We're going to go to Dry Creek tonight. So it's going to be a rocky kind of thing. Kevin Doyle, How's your training going for defeating the angriest man in the octagon, Kevin? It is going well. I'm eating a lot of jalapenos, a lot of I just lost it. Quinoa, a lot of quinoa, and then I'm doing a lot of shadow boxing and heavy bag work to get ready for that. So, Garrett Anderson, I can make a bike work poorly without touching. Yes, so can I. Garrett, that is awesome. Actually, dude named Eric, yes, I ate kale last night in a salad, and I will be eating it for lunch. That's awesome. And yes, Smiley Hansen, Geritol, 100%. So I got some more questions. Oh, by the way, if Kevin O'Loughlin is watching, I don't know if he's actually watching today. I haven't seen him chime in. Gary, you entered Desert Race. That's awesome. Where is it? Tell us all about it. That's awesome, Keith. The all in the same salad. Same salad. I don't know what you mean. Like the quinoa, the kale I had was with some others. Brussels sprouts. Actually, very healthy. So hopefully, Gary, that helped out. The best thing I can say, Gary, for suspension, if you're looking to maybe spend some money, is find a tuner that you like. I love Brady. I love BT, but there are other people out there that are very good. I'm done looking around. I'm never going anywhere but TBT now because they've been just awesome. Yes, Gary. But find a tuner that you like and that you can work with and get your stuff set up right, because that's the key. Anyway, Kevin O'Loughlin, if you're watching, giant happy birthday to the KO. It's actually not till I think the 28th, but everybody say happy birthday to Kevin O'Loughlin right now, or K.O. because anyway, tell him happy birthday. He is honestly one of our biggest supporters here and has been just awesome. So thank you so much. Right. Kevin, you're awesome. There he is. Thank you, Kevin, and happy birthday. What are you, 32 now? Globe Arizona hair screen. Right on, Gary. That sounds awesome. So a couple more questions from the Facebook page. Yeah, keep telling him happy birthday. We'll start with Jimmy Neidhart's. So your initials backwards is Celtic for Rotella, which is awesome. Now that you've had the 300 for a bit, would you get a 300 or a 250? The big 5.0, nice. So that is a great question, and my reason for buying the KTM 250 that I bought and not a 300 was based completely on money, right? So I was able to buy that bike for over $1,000 less than a 300. So if that was the situation again, there's a 250 and a 300 sitting in a showroom. I have a pile of money. I want to buy one. If they could make me that much of a better deal on a 250, I'd buy the 250 because I like the 250. They run amazing. They're like brilliant bikes, and they're not that different from the 300. And for like a $1,100 savings, that's a whole lot of tires and gas and trips and hotel rooms and things like that I could buy. And then I could save up my money and, a year, 2 years later, put a 300 kit in and have a 300. So, now if they're equal price, no moving, no dealing, no nothing, I'd buy the 300. So, there, I hope that answers that question well. I like both, and I like the grunt of the 300. I really honestly like having both, owning two, because even now the YZ is more fun in the fast desert stuff, and the KTM is more fun in the really rocky stuff. So, and when that was actually the truth when the KTM was still a 250, but now it's even more fun in the rocky stuff because it's easier to ride. 250 revs faster, so it's zingier. It's more exciting to ride. But Jimmy Neihart. I know my ground game. That's what I'm working on. I'm working on getting him down first. I'm kind of like a wrecking ball, though. I come in and just like take his knees out. Oh, Zach Sheets. By the way, guys, I would imagine you can tell that I really love working with Zach Sheets. That dude is the best. So if you're ever in town, you got to come in. You got to say hi to him. He's the nicest, least angry person I know. But yeah, like anyway, he is just a phenomenal individual and a great mechanic and a ton of fun to be around. So yeah, shout out to Zach Sheets and Harold Sheets. If you're watching, that's Zach's dad. Your son is awesome. Same with Barbara Sheets. Your son is awesome. Moms and dads like to hear that. Mike Cole, no, I never switch maps on the bike ever. I just get it running. Yes, Barnado. I like excitement too. So, but no, Mike Cole, I never fiddle with the map. I had a map switch on a bike. I quit messing with that. I mess with the power valve way more than I mess with the map. And I actually don't mess with the power valve that much. I put the red spring in recently just to try it out because I hadn't done that on that bike. I'd run the yellow spring the whole time. I was like, I'm going to put the red in, and it, I don't know. It made it a little more exciting. Guys, if you're watching this and you're enjoying this, hit the thumbs up. You might have to back out of the chat and then do it, but that would be awesome. It really does make a big difference. Keith McQueen, red spring for life. And yes, Brady, Zach is rad. Even if he came from the bicycle world. Dude named Eric, is there an easy way to keep those maps on one map all the time? Perhaps remove the switch. Yeah, Eric, I don't have a switch on mine. There's just two wires up underneath there that like they come together and you either connect it or disconnect it. And so Brady says, how many power bands have I sold? So if you guys haven't checked that out, it's honestly, I did a spoof goof video a while back about power bands, and Brady just watched it, which is awesome. And if you guys get a chance, go like search that up, like type in Highland Cycles power band. I don't know. I think it's pretty funny. But Brady, tons. So Chris Kinberg, Chris, I don't know if you're watching or if you'll watch later. Anyway, but this is a good one. If a bike sits for a while, I was told that the crank seals tend to go out. Does that affect overall performance, like acting if the jetting is right? You check the jetting, it seems same for all the charts I've checked, and yet runs lean. Yes. If your left crank seal is going bad, which that's what it sounds like, you start to run lean because that's the air side, and it starts sucking air from that side of the motor, and it's going to run lean, and it will eventually lock your crank up if you're not careful. So fix that, Chris. If you've gone through the carburetor and you know that everything's good, all the gaskets are good, you know the jetting's right, or at least really close, and all that stuff. If you're getting like a bad hang idle, or it's running like it's run lean, signing off on the top or whatever, check, and it's a two-stroke, check the left crank seal. Matt Simpson, absolutely, pink power band is the best, honestly. So on Jimmy's map switch, his is a 4-stroke, and arguably, well, maybe on the new 2-strokes, I guess, but on the 4-strokes, you could change fuel and ignition and all kinds of things and have two very different maps in there, and that might not be a horrible thing if you're going to ride the bike in super fast desert and then in super rocky terrain. Like around here in Montrose, we have such a variety of terrain that if you've got, like, for instance, 4-strokes where you can drastically change the power characteristic with the map, it's not a horrible idea to have two available, because you can, have a really mellow map for the rocks and then a really super crazy ripping one for the Fasta. There's Brady typing and driving again, making fun of our 2-strokes. Shut up, Brady. Power bands and a stick will hold a broken clutch perched together. Oh yeah, to get back to the truck. Michael Cleaner, that's awesome. I remember seeing that. That was awesome. Craig Jarvis, hello from Montrose in Scotland. Yeah, there you are, dude. That is awesome. I didn't know there was a Montrose in Scotland, and now I'm even more stoked. I know, Mom. Sorry. Garrett Anderson. So he uses the map switch on his 250FX all the time. Again, it's a 4-stroke. They make a huge difference on those. The 2-strokes, and I don't know about the new fuel-injected ones, but with the 4-strokes, you could change the fuel and the timing, and so you could really make a huge difference. And so I, like on my YZ450F that I had as a little bit for rental bike, I would switch. I didn't have a button, so I had to like pull my phone out and use the app, but I would switch it all the time because I go out to the Adobes and ride these fast, whooped out desert trails and like have the thing as violent as possible. And then I would go ride it in the rocks, and I'd switch it and change it to a mellow one. It was really nice. Brady uses the map switch attached to his right arm. Not all of us are as talented as you, Brady. The Michael Bardotto, yes, I love it. Keith McLean, I'm stoked that you like the burrito recipe. Yeah, it's so good. I think. Craig Jarvis, it's near Arbroath and Dundee. Craig, at some point I'm gonna get to Scotland. I'm gonna bring the kids and I've got to get over there. Chris Abbott, yes, I have a GYTR programmer at the shop. The Jimmy only uses 100 cc's out of the 350. That's awesome. Tell Ruth, do you want a burrito? I will tell Ruth, but Ruth did not make that burrito. Actually, she was late getting up today, being lazy, which that woman is never lazy. But she slept in a little bit, and I had to make her coffee this morning. So, a hammer run, I don't know about that. Yeah, Patty Cake. Tell them to hit the like button. You guys are awesome, by the way. Thank you so much for joining me. And shoot questions my way. I've answered all the ones that I got beforehand. If you guys have any more questions, most of these shows, unless I have a topic that I really want to talk about or something like that, are going to be from now on more like question and answer because I think it works better. I think you guys seemed like that. Although I don't know, topics are good. Whatever. We'll do both, but please ask questions. If you're watching this later, not live, ask questions in the comments. I will answer them. Our channel is not so big yet that I can't get to all the questions. I answer all of them unless they're stupid. And you know what I mean. Like not an actual question, but some ridiculous thing. Yes, Mom, we will go back to our Shaw roots when we're there. In Scotland, it would be awesome. So, see if you have any opinions for low-end mapping at 215, WR250. I don't know that. I don't know. I haven't messed with too many WR250Fs with the GYT tuner, so we can do some research online. That's actually where I got my favorite map for the 450s. Keith McQueen, I'm going to do that in a second. That's awesome. I need a clutch reverse bleed video. Okay, Pat Mahaffey, I will do that actually. Probably soon. Actually, real soon because I'm going to rebuild my slave cylinder on the KTM here soon. Dave Kessler, you're not too late. Good to see you. By the way, Gus going nuts over Leia was awesome. Craig Jarvis, carbs or TPI? Carb for me. 100%. 4-stroke's different. I like the fuel injection on the 4-stroke. Seems to be fine. But not a fan on the 2-stroke yet. I think they're working okay. People have been pretty happy, but I like simplicity and things that don't break. And Brady, here we go. Brady says I don't always answer his questions. That's because they're ridiculous. Some of them, and they're awesome. So let's see. I know Brady's going to jump in there with you don't have a crank starter on your van and all that anyway, but I like on my 2-stroke to have it super duper simple and be able to go anywhere, whatever. Robinson's Motorsports. Since you mentioned an electrical issue with the starter kit, what are you thinking? Bad ground, weak solder somewhere? So I think it's a bad ground. It's is my first guess, and or which could have to do with weak solder somewhere also. But it's weird. They don't ground the whole thing to the frame and the motor. Like there's a ground wire that comes from the battery to the starter, and then a positive wire that comes up to the battery, to the solenoid. But instead of having it ground to the motor and then to the frame. So I don't know. I'm excited to talk to the guy and figure it out because I think it's going to be simple. I mean, even if I have to resolder something, that's no big deal. I'm fine with that. Let's see. Roger heard yes. Is it possible to retrofit a carb on a modern TPI KTM? Barnado, actually, it is, and it's just crazy expensive. And I wouldn't do it. I would find a used carbed bike, and like if you're worried about the hours on it, just rebuild the thing. So actually, I got a call in with a guy today who's looking at putting a 300 kit onto his 250 TPI, and they don't make that. KTM doesn't build that yet, but you can do it. You get a carbed cylinder, and you put that on, and then you get the ECU and relocation kit and put that on. That moves the injectors, and then you got to buy. And it was like $2,700 worth of parts. So if you want to add some more parts into that, like a CDI and a carburetor and boots and all sorts of other things, you could do it. But it's not worth it, in my opinion. Eric, I visited Peach about a month ago, about halfway up Spike Trail. My buddy and I stopped to look at the super black soil. Any idea on what makes the soil so black? No, Eric, I don't know what that is. It's I don't know what that black stuff is. My mom's a science teacher, like really good at earth science. So, Mom, if you're still here, what would be like a super powdery, dark black? I mean, jet black soil. Hopefully, she can find that out. Rob McCauley rode the TPI, no power, felt like something was wrong. No thanks. That's how I feel, Rob. Although I've ridden some that are tuned up better, and they're better, but they don't run like my carbureted bikes. And Michael Barnado, yes. Okay, Yamaha. Dead dinosaurs located there. Probably, Chris, actually. And so it's like it would make sense that it would be carbon based something, because it's like, jet black. Craig, I have not tried a 21 TPI yet, but I don't like the 21's not much different from the 20. Lots of humus, depends on the texture and moisture. So it's like there's no moisture, Mom, and Call Brady, I knew it. There's zero moisture in this dirt ever, and then it's just like talcum powder. It looks like coal dust. It's not coal dust, though, I don't think. Brady, yes, I am getting a carburetor on the Transit just for you. Let's see. So they're still sluggish. There we go. Sounds like a hassle. Oh, it's way much. It's not worth doing, in my opinion. The whole swap. Yeah. There we go. My mom said there's a lot of carbon and other materials like slate broken up. There we go. Dual quads. Yes, dual quads with the twin turbos in the Transit is going to be awesome. Dual 4-barrel Hollies feeding that thing tons of gasoline. Yes, Matt Simpson, it's going to be awesome. And Brady doesn't get to ride in it because all he does is make fun of me. Let's see. Too many rich running 2 strokes. That's funny. Let's see. Let's see. Old two-stroke oil. What do you mean, Eric? The black and the old. Yeah, it's the old spooge. Oh yeah, huge blower. Well, the thing is, it's got turbo, so we don't really need the blower. But you guys are awesome. Mom, it is geographically just east of town, up towards the Black Canyon. So big uplift right there. Don't forget some anodized parts for the van. They add real horsepower. Absolutely. The van, I'm so stoked, is going to be so bright red. It is like the brightest red I've ever seen. And I'm stoked. I'm going to wrap like the back, like half of it with my stuff, but it's going to be, Brady, I don't care if turbos break. They're awesome. And it makes that thing get out of its own way. The EcoBoost, there's definitely issues with the EcoBoost sometimes, but I've also talked to lots of people that have like tons and tons of miles with no problems. Dude named Eric, no, I didn't get a better deal. Andy, yes. Yes, Matt Simpson, just like Forrester. Yes. I love it. I love this channel. I love you guys so much. So, Eric, no, I ordered the thing brand new and I got to choose, and it didn't make a difference on the color, whether it be white, black, gray, red, blue. I went with red. I really kind of wanted the blue one because the blue one matches my Yamaha Soul, but the red matches more of our logo and artwork. I mean, these shirts, this is blank, but anyway, my logo's got red and black in it, so it makes more sense. And Dave Kessler, not a gas dealer, no. And the red was going to be freaking, like, everybody's going to know it's me coming. There, see? Ground up, shirt, and nice, my mom says. See, my mom is awesome. You guys knew that anyway, but she's super awesome. Turbos and four strokes work good until they don't. Boom. That's awesome. Yes. Patty cake blue like the flag behind me. I know the blue was close, but red like that flag, which is also one of my favorites. So you guys are awesome. I love the fact that we kid and we joke and it's really fun. It's super fun. And I hope that you guys all know that the reality is I love all things with two wheels. And I kind of don't like a lot of things with four wheels. I like vans and race cars and pickup trucks. I don't like side-by-sides or four-wheelers very much at all. Yeah, Keith McQuaid, it's awesome. Geology does rock. You guys should have had my mom. I had my mom in 8th grade science. It was awesome. She's a very, very fancy woman, by the way, my mom. She's super, super smart and has done lots and lots of things for education. The reality is that we would settle for four jokes if we didn't have good bikes. That's true, Andy. Like if they quit making two strokes, I would ride a four stroke. Whereas if they quit making motorcycles, I would not ride a quad. I would walk before I did that. But I just don't enjoy those things at all. Like I see their purpose if people have them for a tool on a farm or a ranch or whatever, but like I got zero desire ever to ride one for fun. Barnado, I've ridden Banshees. I love the motor, but it's too many wheels. Too many wheels. What I really want to do is put a Banshee motor in a YZ450 frame that I have at the shop. I've got a YZ450 chassis, and now I need to put a Banshee motor in it. Yeah, Patty Cake, I'm with you. Yeah, Keith McQueen, super lame. Hey, nice. Chris Abbott, have a great day. Roger, your situation is a little bit different with the whole Parkinson's situation. I will allow that. At least it's still outside and not in a cage, so that's awesome. I drive a 2020 Transit every day for work. biggest one, V6 turbo, loaded with tools, Bobcat parts. Dude, I like it. Robinson, that is, yeah, I saw that post, by the way. I'm excited. It's going to be awesome. So, Matt Andreas, I know you love quads, and I got no problem with people who love quads. It's just not me. Actually, the one thing that they're really good for, the one really, really, really fun thing to do on a quad is spin donuts in the snow and ice. That is a freaking blast. So I retract the other statement about the fun part, but they awesome. So anyway, like I said, honestly, like all of this crazy COVID crap and political crap, I can still be friends with you and disagree. It's different. I know a lot of people have a hard time with that, but I can disagree with you and we can still be friends. Yeah, Matt Simpson, for sure. Plowing track, that's awesome. All right, guys, it's 8:08. I got a boogie. I got lots of work to do. I got to sort out this E-start on my YZ250. I got to get Zach rocking and rolling. So you guys are awesome. Thank you for sticking around. Punk Rock Club, boom. Thanks for sticking around all the way to the end. If you enjoyed this thing, hit the thumbs up. It really does make a difference. If you're just watching this for the first time and you're like, what the heck is this guy? But that was kind of fun, hit the subscribe button. That would be huge. Like I said, the channel is growing really well right now. So thank you guys. Thank you for all of that. I take no responsibility in that. It's all you guys. Thank you so much. I just love you. Thanks for the support on the facial hair. This is all for Lemmy. You guys are awesome. I love you. I hope you get out, you spread the gospel of two wheels. And as always, you know what I'm going to say. I desperately hope that what we're doing at Highland Cycles is inspiring you guys to work on, talk crap about, and get out and ride your dirt bikes.